Ham, thanks for coming over.
Hello.
Real pleasure being able to do this. You've had some interesting experiences. We've talked about it on the phone. You've told me a few things more, but basically I'm going to do some of the key parts of your examination while we're recording it so that we can get your initial reactions to things, for better, for worse, for whatever happens, whatever doesn't happen. But tell us about your accident. You had an injury when?
It was August 21st, 2009.
Okay, and what happened then? What occurred?
I actually was in traffic. We went from 70 to a dead stop, and I was hit by a work van, but I actually missed my headrest, and
Yeah.
and he hit me twice because I took my foot off the brake so that it would relieve some of the impact. And so then after he hit me, I hit the brakes, and he hit me again. And that,
Okay. Okay, now, did you lose consciousness?
I always say no. So they
Are you questioning that now?
the doctors, that's one of the questions they always ask, and they say, well, that you know of. So it was just one. It's been said to me enough times that, are you sure?
Yeah.
Because maybe you don't remember.
Do you, are you amnesic to any parts of the thing? Did you lose your memory to any parts of
Well,
it? Before the accident, during the accident, after the accident?
no, I
Hospital, everything.
yeah, everything I remember.
What happened? Did they transport you then?
No, I actually drove myself home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, no amnesia. You've said you've had no amnesia for around the surrounding event.
No.
Let me ask you one question.
Well, I do not remember how long after the accident that I got bad. I mean, if that's
What's the most disturbing thing that's going on with you right now? It's been, what, 3 years, and what is your priority of issues that you're dealing with?
I refer to it as a limited gas tank. That's my biggest. I only have so much energy a week, and what I use it on. Yeah, family time. We played a game of cards, and it's called Nerds, and we played it the one night, and I got to where I didn't feel well because we played like 2 hands. The next night when we went to play it, even thinking about sitting down and doing it again, the headache and what it did. To play a simple card game for a lot longer, the harder I concentrate, I've run out of coming here. I will pay for this over the next week. I mean, this will not be. It's not as simple to say, oh, we just went on a trip to Pittsburgh.
You've had a 5-hour drive.
Yes.
And even though you had a night to sleep, and you may get to sleep afterwards, that'll still tap you out?
She'll drive home.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
Especially answering questions and
Yes,
concentrating.
I actually see a psychologist once a week, and it's what would you like to change? I'd like to get rid of my extremely short fuse compared to the way I used to be. I'd like to get rid of headaches. So you're just always looking for what's the next thing you can do. I mean, the balance issues. It's just every part of my life is affected in one way or another, where we just don't. You save energy. That's what you do for.
Ham, what is the biggest thing we could, besides the restoration of your energy levels?
I always say
What are
headaches.
Headaches?
Headaches are, because that's the penalty you pay when you when you overdo it, but your headaches get worse.
Now you had you have a real dark pair of sunglasses here.
Yes.
Okay, were you wearing these today?
Yes, I wear them every day. Actually, in buildings, I wear them for light. Light seems to brings on headaches. That's what it actually does. I actually feel I see clearer when I darken everything. Once it's bright, it's overwhelming. So you try and keep low light.
Well, you filled out a checklist here for me and then emailed it, but you faxed it to me. And you're looking at headaches as a 10 out of a 0 to 10 scale?
Yes, I have a headache every minute of every day. And when my accident initially happened, I was 8, 9, and 10 on a pain scale. But if you have a headache every minute of every day for almost 3 years, there is no, oh, I woke up and I didn't have a headache today. It's, oh, it's not bad today. That's, it's horrible.
Light sensitivity, the glasses?
Yes, I have fluorescent lighting.
10?
Yes, lighting, sun's an issue, fluorescent lighting.
Can you tell if fluorescent lighting, if it's the flicker? Like, is this fluorescent light here at the table bothering you?
I don't know. My biggest thing is a grocery store is a instant sick. If I'm I go to a grocery store for 5 or 10 minutes. I can't do an entire grocery shop. So it's the environment of a lot of fluorescent lighting. And every doctor's office uses fluorescent lighting, which I don't understand. Even neurologists.
Well,
they all say we've heard of
the
it.
lighting in here is probably about the equivalent to a restaurant's lighting, an evening, night.
Yeah, a dining restaurant.
Yeah.
I low light all the time. In the house, shades, the bedroom. It's when I'm not feeling well, I lay in bed on my back with an air conditioner running and a pillow over my eyes, and that is we call it I'm gonna go rest. I don't feel good. I'm gonna go rest, and it's just I am over. It's.
Let me run down the list that you've got here. Mental and physical fatigue, to see if you still agree with it, okay?
Okay.
Mental and physical fatigue is 7, you said.
And that's very conservative.
Good. Irritability, a 10.
Yes.
Distress and anxiety is 7.
Yes.
Balance issues, a 9.
Yes, there has to be a form of light, or if I try and walk when there's no light, I fall over.
Yeah.
So it's.
He can just sit and fall off a chair sometimes.
Yeah,
Not for any reason. He wasn't moving. He just loses his balance.
If I stand still,
Do you have
with my eyes
vertigo?
closed, I fall to the right.
Do you have vertigo? Do you have dizziness while you're standing still? Or
As soon as if I'm standing still, at the hotel I was complaining because the floor in the tub was rounded.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a wrestling match to stay standing in the shower.
Wow.
Because when my feet aren't level, I've gone through therapy for my vertigo. It wore like a parachute and the floor would move
Do
and
you
I'd
still
fall.
have it?
And yeah, now it's as soon as if I'm standing, close my eyes, I fall over my right shoulder. I immediately start falling to my right shoulder.
Sleep disturbance was an 8.
Yes, I have. I close my eyes, and sometimes it'll take, I don't know, an hour for lights just so that it gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
If you close your eyes in a dark room, you expect it to be dark. I don't have that. I have residual light from if I was on a sunny day in a car. The light hangs with me. It doesn't go away. It's like it builds up.
Did it again.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that wasn't. But let's check. We're going to change the angle here a little bit.
That's all right.
I thought we were losing signal here, and we're not. We're getting a voicemail. So let's continue. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Disordered, no, back up. Sleep disturbance.
Yes.
That was running an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too much, not enough, or interrupted?
My sleep is I actually just what was it, yesterday?
Answer
No.
the question though.
No, that's where it should be. I would say,
Disordered thinking, wild thinking, do you have,
yes, it's just, yes.
Yes.
like we just saw?
Yeah, it's what
Yeah,
continues to go on,
People go
yeah.
off a lot.
Yes.
But I never do that.
Right at the time of my incident, I was obsessed with,
A Polaris.
I wanted a Polaris, so
He fixated
I
on buying things.
fixated on for a month. There were pictures posted all over the house. We laugh at it now. I still want one, but it's not every day
He
showing
would
a
tell
picture.
everyone, to the point that I would catch him hiding behind the bed, calling people to tell him he wanted a Polaris. And I'd have to,
Yeah,
like.
What's a, I'm sorry, miss,
It's
what's
like
a?
it's a four-wheeler of
It's a
some
four-wheeler
sort?
that
It's
it's
nothing
like
he
a
ever
car.
wanted before.
It was like in a car that you could,
Is it an all-terrain vehicle?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
which would be great for a guy who doesn't like to be jiggled, but.
Or if we had land for it, or.
okay. You said emotionally sensitive, so you get weepy and emotional and about a level of an 8?
That's understatement. Compared to before my accident, I don't think,
I don't think I ever saw you cry or get
Yeah.
emotional ever prior to in 18 years of
And
marriage
it's-
prior to that.
yeah, it's horrible. I mean, it's weird to feel that it can hit you in an instant where you can't, because I was a tough guy.
Blurred vision, a 9?
Yeah, my vision, it's only ever focused on what I want it to be focused. The rest of the time I'm just looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this next one because I want to come back to it and discuss it at length, and that's the color sliding.
Okay.
Yeah. Tinnitus, ringing in the ears, well, about a 3.
Yeah, that's way better than it used to be.
Speech difficulties, trouble finding words.
Yeah, that's all time.
4,
Yeah,
about there.
yeah, that's fine.
And intolerance for activities, you haven't, like this trip here, you said it's gonna lay you out for a week.
Yes, it is. If there was a 20 there, it's a 20.
Okay. Confusion in busy sound or visual environments, you already said that you don't like supermarkets.
Yeah, noise.
Restaurants are
Yeah.
always hard. There's
You-
I never realized how much noise and commotion was in
Yeah.
places like that.
Used to wear earplugs, but I think they cause more problems than they.
This pulling away from looming objects and upset by objects moving nearby, we call it the looming zooming phobia, and you said each of those are about a 6 or 7. Or something.
Yes, yes.
Staring behavior, doing the Buddha thing, just sitting there and not blinking and not.
Yeah. Oh, that's constant.
No, you said it was a 10.
Yes, I didn't blink for a year and a half, so.
Losing your place when you read.
I don't-
Wait, but let's back up. You didn't blink for a year and a half. Obviously you blinked, but what?
On my own. No, on my own.
He had to.
I had to blink
think
myself.
When his eyes would get all dried out,
Yeah.
then
I would
he
blink.
didn't automatically blink. I would tell him, you need to blink, because his eyes would get dried out.
Isn't that interesting?
I could win a staring
We're gonna
contest
come
though.
back and revisit that.
Yeah.
Because of, but I don't know that we need to do it on camera here.
Okay.
Okay. Movement of text, print moving on a page.
Yes.
That's one of the first things we're gonna test here. Comprehension problems when you read was a 10. The reading, movement of text was a 9.
Yes.
Visual memory problems was a 9.
Mhm.
And double vision was about a 4. What do you mean by double vision?
Actually, the one when I went back to work, I got removed off the road because of discussing with the doctor. I'd actually cover one eye, so I didn't see double.
While he was
That
driving.
Yeah.
That was that significant. Okay.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't two separate pictures, it was one looming over another. I don't know if you could actually see
Yeah.
two pictures, but it was one like next to the other, and it was less stressful to cover an eye than try and drive like that.
Now, one of the things we talked about early on in our conversations was a very unusual phenomenon you're having with after images. Could you tell me again what that's about?
Well, I'm closing my eyes, saying the light's staying, or I'll close my eyes and I'll see the 3 chairs that were along a wall, and the plaques on the wall will be shaded. It'll still be like a negative image of what you were looking at, and it can stay like the sleep things. When you close your eyes, it's almost aggravating. It's sometimes when I lay with the pillow over my eyes, I'll actually leave my eyes open, because it seems like it's just to try and just not see the after images when I close my eyes. Or if it's I turned my head once and it clicked like a picture.
Explain that, you saw it the same.
I saw the same image when I turned my head. I was looking at I was in a doctor's office is what I remember about it, and I turned to talk to another doctor and the picture just followed me that I was looking at. It never even changed, and then it just snapped, and then I saw the new person standing there. So it scared me in a sense that it was the weirdest thing that ever happened in my entire life, and
Well, you mentioned to me some after-image difficulty with television sets.
Oh, it's a white screen when you go to sleep. We actually have a big TV, and it takes up a big portion of the wall, so a big area stays lit after I close my eyes. I actually try not to watch TV up to a half hour before bedtime.
Is there an image to it? Can you actually, is it just the area, this after image area? You're seeing, would you be able to read something?
No, I wouldn't be able to read something, but if it was like a talk show, if what we were doing here, and somebody was sitting on TV talking to me, it'll put the outline of the person. I've closed my eyes and see the outlines of people sitting in chairs across from me in a doctor's office, because a lot of times to rest, I close my eyes. So when you close your eyes and then there's an image still there, it's not so resting, and sometimes you blink a few times, or, I actually turn my eyes up into my head. I mean, I
So
do
in
all
other
kinds of
words,
weird.
when you're looking at something, you close your eyes and you can still see it?
I could still see the negative version of it is what I call
A
it.
dark
As you're talking here to me, I notice you're keeping your head moving and your eyes moving. You comment on that?
I don't really lock on to things. I keep it moving around. I don't really do eye contact with people that well.
Why?
It adds another. I think it's to take a sensory away, to make it a less confusing, where I'm not looking, talking, thinking. You just take one away. It's like closing when I go to my happy place where I lay down in bed, put the pillow over my eyes, and put an air conditioner on. An air conditioner is a hum. It's just it's
White noise.
Yeah, it's a resting. If the kid's in the next room and my daughter just doing a cartwheel and I hear a thump every couple minutes, I'll go in and tell her, you need to stop doing that. I'm resting, and that's where the short fuse comes in as well.
Since I've been 18 years old, I always put a radio in the room to block the rest of the noise.
Yeah, he needs that.
Oh.
I think it's overwhelming for him to make eye contact with someone. He always says it overstimulates him or overwhelms him, and then he can't do the talking as well.
So it's saving energy is what I always say.
You had one incident you described to me. Tell me, we haven't talked about it at all yet, and that is that where you were talking with somebody and you saw their face on another person's face?
It was actually
more than once, or is that a one-time thing?
That was the snap when I turned.
Oh, okay.
It had
Got
been
it.
snapped.
Got it. Okay, well, that's what I'm fine with that. Is there anything else we should be talking about right now?
What you're gonna do?
Okay.
I mean, that's.
Well, we have an intervention, we have an application that has helped a great many people. We're gonna find out here in the next few minutes whether or not there's any value of it for you. We're gonna test it a couple of different ways. How are you with traffic moving horizontally? As it moves horizontally, is that okay by you, or do you have a problem with that?
Like car traffic or?
Yep.
I don't know. You're saying that, and the cars coming towards me would be the ones you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about watching traffic from the side.
From the side.
Watching cross traffic.
Oh, that'd be horrible, because the focusing would be difficult for me. I mean, if you're going to sit there and have to focus, I mean that's.
How are their images? Are their images changed in any way?
It would actually just get blurry for me, and my vision tunnel would get smaller, and that's the big. Focusing on something going by quickly would be. Oh, I can't imagine. I mean, that's.
Can you describe what that image would look like?
It blurs. That's what it does. If I don't have enough time to
Smear?
focus on it, Yeah, like a smear, but it would get, like a car would get longer, because I couldn't keep up with it.
Streaking?
No, not a long streak, it would just be, I'd say it'd be just, instead of being 18 feet long, it would
How
be
about-
24 feet long.
Any flare? Would a flare be a word you would relate to? Like flaring, not as to a road flare. Well, the first time it was described to me, I thought they were talking about a road flare, and they was talking about actually like how a jet flame on a stove, the flames would flare in together. They would be a cone trailing up.
I don't.
And interesting, he said it was the same color, which is interesting because that's blue.
Yeah.
Blue is one of the things we're interested in.
Oh, I get colors when I get tired. I see more reds, blues, blacks. I mean, you get the blur. The images will blur.
Speaking of blues and reds and things like that, on the other side of this card, okay, is a grate. It's just a black and white chart.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to let you turn it over so that you have control of it. If it's okay, we're going to talk about it. If it's not okay, you can turn it over and just put it back down again.
All right.
Okay. So, would you turn that over and let's see what happens? You've never seen this before.
It's blurring and turning to the left.
Really?
And it's really hard to look at. It's got a.
Oh, turn it over then.
All right.
Let's talk about it. Okay, I'm going to ask you to look at it again in a minute, and I want you to tell me whether there's any illusions of color or movement or shape.
Okay.
You know, you said it's already turning and torquing a little bit of some kind, which is interesting. Okay, but let's take a look at bit by bit. If you get to, we want it horizontal.
We want horizontal.
We're going to try it vertically too, but I want it horizontal right now. Any colors?
No, I'm not getting any colors. I'm still getting the twist, and
Okay.
and there's a glare in the corner of it. It's just horrible.
Is it the light?
It was the light. Yeah, it was the light hitting it. It's torquing, and I'm getting a
Okay,
double image behind it.
Are you getting any ghostly images, like a ghost shape, geometric of some sort?
No.
Parentheses, oval, in this middle periphery here.
No, I'm not getting that.
Are you getting it? Is it jittering? Is it
Yeah,
dancing?
it's dancing. It's torquing, and I'm getting this line twice.
I'm going to cover your eye hand. Tell me, does that help you? Does that make any difference? Does that change it any percentage?
I'm getting this line's doubling, and it's shifting the other
It
direction.
wasn't happening? Is it getting any better? Is it worse?
I think it's a little better.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'll warn you next time. Just took it off, I think. Okay, so let's try it here.
That one's actually a little better.
Excellent. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, now let's go on. So that's pretty troublesome.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not.
So that would correlate, this is called a dissonance test, and what we're looking at, we think we're looking at the sampling rate of one eye versus the other eye. And of course, each eye sends signals to both sides of the brain, but one more predominantly than the other for central vision, and the other crosses over for central vision. The other side, peripheral vision, is divided between both brains. Okay. Now, let's try and see if it makes a difference here. Well, we're going to do it. I want you to just flip it up like this, so you're looking at so the lines are vertical. If that makes a difference. Okay.
That's
Is that okay? Not so much of a problem?
not near as much of a problem. It's
Rotate it 90 degrees?
yeah, it's starting to torque again as soon as I do that.
Okay. Let's try that with a pair of glasses on. Let's see if that makes a difference.
I have the after image of it right now. I
Okay.
just have white and black lines with closed. No, I didn't even put glasses on.
Okay.
I still see it.
I understand. Does that help you?
Yes.
A little bit? A lot?
still,
You getting the torquing?
I got a diamond now,
You getting a diamond now?
a diamond shape in it.
Okay, excellent. And any colors?
No, it's black and white.
Jitter anymore?
No, it's a lot steadier.
How much on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh,
Weight 50?
I'd,
Above or below?
I'd say it's like 60% better, 70. It's not near as
Okay.
moving as it was.
See, I'm gonna introduce another lens here to see if that makes a difference. Is that any better, worse, or not?
That was bad, that was worse.
That's worse?
Yeah.
Okay. How about if we cut it down?
That's the same way it was, I don't really notice a difference.
There's a difference
Blurred.
there. Okay. This is a half prism diopter.
All right, we gotta take a break for a second.
Okay, you're welcome.
I blinked and it was, right now, all I see is white and black lines, and like a huge portion of my,
Okay, well,
I'll tell you when they go away.
do you take anything for the headaches?
I take Percocet.
Does that help?
Yes.
A little bit to what?
It doesn't, what happens is when I'm going from like a 4 to a 5,
Mhm.
it'll stop it from growing and getting worse.
Okay, let's give you a break here.
All I see is that black line. And I think it's opposite of what it was.
Ah, so a negative.
Yeah, it's
image?
and they're still there.
Let's do this. You're a wonder, my friend. You're one of a kind. Does that change your response?
Wow. I looked through the glasses, closed my eyes again, and it put me right back to that it was
Image more vivid?
like the image was right back, like I was looking at it. It was like at the high, it usually slowly dies, but
Mhm.
I opened my eyes, looked for these, and closed it again, and it started over. Like it was.
Well, the reading on the website, the condition you have here that we're looking at is the sustained images, after images. It's called Palinopsia. Palinopsia stands for seeing again. And it has to do with images and color streaking. Let's try a different thing. We're not going to go back to this yet. It's just too disruptive. And let's try something that's a little less disruptive. I want you to. Are you comfortable with this? I just want you to look at the pen.
Okay.
You pull your hands back. I'm going to drop the pencil. And I want you to watch the pencil fall. And I want you to trail it and watch it as it goes down. And just, I'm going to do it about 3 or 4 times. Here's 1. I'm going to drop that a little more levelly here. 2. Just look at the pencil. Watch the color, the shape, the pattern, the pattern that's, the track that's making, trajectory, that's the word. And we'll do it one more time. You able to follow the pen all the way down? Pencil all the way down?
I only get a clear shot of it as you're holding it, and once it stops on the table.
Okay.
There is no, I'm not focused on it at all in the middle of what you're doing.
See if you can put the glasses. Is that bothering your after image anymore?
Oh, let me put my,
Okay, let's watch the pen.
no, it's not there.
Okay, good. Let's watch the pencil again. Do it a couple, 3 more times. Follow this, look at it, watch it as it falls. Did it change?
I feel like I'm keeping up with it.
So therefore, you are seeing it.
Seeing it clearer.
Correct.
I
More of
mean,
it all the way down?
yes, it's not like a break. It's like,
Well, you saw, because you saw, you were able to see it at the top. You
and
saw
see
it
it
at the
as a
bottom.
table, and in the
No.
middle, I'm getting more vision of it falling.
Does the color stay with it or not?
Yeah, the color is staying with it.
Was it before?
It's just I can see the black and the white of the eraser better. If that, as it's falling, it's
Okay.
not,
Let's try the green pen.
oh, you gotta give me a second. That was All right. It got all blurry just looking at it right there, so, all right.
With the glasses on.
I'm good now. All right.
The, what, with your eyes trailing this going down, we're talking about a phenomenon called motion streaking. And so the motion streaking is parallel to the motion of the eyes and the object. So you're following this down. So the question is, you know, are you getting motion trailing? Take the glasses off, please.
Give me a
And
second. All right.
is there a difference?
Yeah, I can't keep it up. I kept up with it in the middle. It's,
So the trailing is less of a problem.
I can see more of it fall. It's almost like it disappears in the middle. It gets to that, I can't.
That's a pretty common comment. You're about the fourth or fifth person who said it. You can see at the top, you can see at the bottom, there's nothing.
In the middle, it's like, if,
So, there's that, that's good. I'm just trying to think, let me put the camera on hold and see think about what I gather my things. We're good. And we've got we're out here in the waiting room, and we have Route 19 going right by us here, and there's a medium amount of traffic out there. How are you reacting to that? How's that looking to you?
I pick out one car at a time.
Okay, what about the rest? What's happening to the rest of the cars when you're looking?
I can only focus on one. I can't focus on, it's one car.
Okay, here's the glasses again. Why don't you go ahead and put those on? Let's see what happens. Is there any difference?
Right now, there's a car on the road, so give it a second. One. Actually doing a little better. I could pair up at that two went, I could pair with them. And one was passing the other.
There's one going the other way. There are a couple going the other way. There we go again.
I can't do the other way, one this way, one the other. It just, I focus on one or two cars. I can do two, a group of three, the ones behind it, but I can definitely group a bigger focus on a larger area.
Okay. Try without and then with it. See how fast the change, does the change happen instantly?
No, it had a delay, like 3-second delay till my eyes refocused.
Okay. And then put them on.
No traffic again.
No traffic again.
Yes.
Bad time. Here comes a couple. There's 4 or 5.
My eyes, once they started coming, the focus started to get it cleared the focus up. It wasn't,
How much of a change? 10%, 20%?
oh, I'd say in the area, I'd say about 30%. I could focus on 10
Excellent.
and now I could focus on a 30% area.
Okay, well listen, we're going to call this recording to an end because we're running out of battery time here, so